Final exams are fast approaching for National Senior Certificate pupils. Tomorrow, some will become the first to write their exams under COVID-19 regulations. The final paper will be written on the 15th of December. Mhlanga is with the Basic Education Department, and he's here to give us a picture of the state of readiness amid this global pandemic. Elijah, thank you so much for your time on ENCA this afternoon. Is it all systems go for tomorrow?
Good afternoon, Clement. Yes, of course, it is all systems go for tomorrow. Our exam centers are ready, and we hope the candidates are ready as well. But we've done everything that we could do under the COVID-19 circumstances.
My understanding is there is a larger than usual group of pupils that will be writing this exams, and I'm just wondering, do you have capacity for this?
Yes, we do. The postponement of the May-June examinations was done in April and announced back then. So immediately we knew that we needed to prepare for the administration of a much bigger examinations later in the year, which is right now where we are. So as soon as that decision was made, we started the work of preparing the numbers to determine exactly what it is that we needed to prepare for in terms of the markers, invigilators, and exam centers. So it's something that we had to prepare for, and we went out to look for that capacity to help us. We have it now, so we are ready for tomorrow.
Well, what about poorer schools? There are some that do not have that vast infrastructure. Are they going to struggle with limited capacity, and how are you helping some of them that have capacity issues when it comes to infrastructure?
Well, exams happen every year. Even before COVID, they were there. So we use that experience to accommodate learners. The only slight difference is that right now there are COVID-19 safety protocols that must be taken into account, something that has never been done before or seen before in our exam centers. So that's the only part. But inside the exam center itself, we always had a 1 meter distance between one desk to the other, so that the candidates don't interfere with each other's work. So that part is natural. It's something that was always there, except that we now need to make sure that all the health and safety protocols regarding COVID-19 are adhered to, and that everyone who comes there has a mask, sanitized, and they've been scanned to check for their temperature, and we're therefore able to allow them into the exam center to start writing.
All right. So you have mentioned that the safety protocols that will be put in place because, as you indicate, our daily lives and how we run them have changed. There are so many things that we need to adhere to now. The Education Department in the Western Cape was a bit surprised. I was reading somewhere that they were taken aback by the fact that the Department of Education has taken a decision to allow pupils with high temperatures to still write their exams in isolation. Have the safety measures been adequately communicated to all the provinces and the schools so that everybody is on the same page about how to implement these protocols before the exams are written?
On Friday last week at 10 o'clock in the morning, there was a meeting of all heads of exams from all provinces, including Western Cape. So they were part of that meeting, and they knew what we had obtained from the Department of Health insofar as those learners that are scoring a high temperature from the scanning are supposed to be assisted. So that shouldn't have been a surprise. It was quite unfortunate that they went out in public and said that they were surprised. They knew they are part of the system. Whatever that happens at DVE gets communicated down to provinces and districts and eventually to schools.
Yeah. So the next step now after the exams will be the marking of papers. We know we have had some teachers with comorbidities who took some time away from school. They're now back, most of them. Are you going to have enough capacity when it comes to the process of marking these papers?
Yes, we have the capacity, but there's always the risk of people falling ill and others maybe contracting the virus, which means we need to replace them. So we have markers on standby who will take up those positions should such occurrences take place. But we've also extended the marking period. So what we've done is at the end of the exam on the 15th of December, there won't be marking that will commence immediately as in the case before. So this time when the exams end on the 15th of December, there's going to be a break. So in December, there's no marking. Marking will start in the first week of January. But that marking will also happen over a long period to allow the markers more time to complete the work, because it's a bigger number now of candidates that are writing the examinations. But it's a job that must still be done thoroughly. So we've given them more time to finish what needs to be done. That's why the results will only be released on the 22nd of February.
All right. Elijah Mhlanga, the spokesperson for the Department of Basic Education, thank you so much for your time on ENCA this afternoon.